And we are live. What's up? What's going on?
This is my, this is actually, you know, um, a little guitar, but I'm gonna use it as the world's smallest violin
Man, oh, that joke.
to play for Arsenal fans for the young left back's red card that was handed out to them by Michael Oliver.
Sheikh Michael Oliver. Is he finally? What is the ongoings of his case against Michael Oliver? By the way, I haven't been following that.
Yes. कौन सा case? I mean, the card has been ये क्या बोलते हैं उसको upturned.
But apparently, wasn't there a separate sort of argument going on, or was it just the
Investigation.
media? Yeah.
I don't think so. He's a very senior referee in for PGMOL,
Hmm.
and they can't ever let his name tarnish.
Oh, of course not. Why would they? Why would they, huh? Why
Yeah,
would
yeah. Ayush, मैंने तुम्हें याद है like in the very first or second episode I had told you this
Yeah, you did. I
that this
remember.
guy needs investigation.
Yeah, yeah, he is shady. He's shady. His relationship with City is questionable, man. Very
Yeah,
questionable.
and you can't say both the things, right? Ki he's your best referee in the whole of Europe, in world,
Hmm.
and then say ki, he's been making some really shitty decisions,
Yeah,
mistakes,
how
right?
can
You
you?
you can't you can't you can't both you can't say both the things, right?
No, no, you
You can't
can't.
rescind the red card and say ki bhai, he there was a genuine mistake there,
No, 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 no,
right?
no, you can't.
And you so
Yeah.
clearly there's some shady business that's going on.
That definitely is. I think they have been protective, very protective always. I think basically it's an organization very protective
Yeah,
of its union members, but not
yeah,
in a good way, in a way which basically is promoting incompetency and in a
yeah.
way which promotes bad refereeing in a one way, inadvertently.
Mm-hmm.
वही हो रहा है क्योंकि if you don't if you're not punishing if you're not holding accountable rather these referees for their horrible calls and with a checkered
Yeah,
history of horrible calls, you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so many referees come to mind in the past, na? So many referees, Mike Dean,
भाई
um,
बट माइक तीन वो सब का तो चलो ठीक है चैप्टर खत्म हो गया दिस guy has been I mean he's been so shady for so long. Remember that
hmm,
Everton City game where
yeah,
Rodri का handball था
yeah,
in the penalty and he didn't give it.
yeah.
Michael Oliver was the on-field referee. Then
Oh,
there was this then there was this City Arsenal game where
hmm.
Kovacic escaped two red card
Yeah,
situations.
yeah. I remember that game
Then
also. Yeah.
then there was this game where Liverpool and City were playing last season, I think.
Hmm.
And Doku had this like high boot challenge, which
Oh,
again
yeah.
Michael Oliver didn't give at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
And had
Yeah.
Liverpool got it, they would have won the game.
And then later on they would go back. They when they were read, I think कुछ PGMOL ने कुछ statement निकाला था on high boot challenges, and they refer to that
अभी
image.
अभी आया. Not
Huh?
PGMOL, that's Premier League.
That Premier League, right? And they
Yeah, yeah,
said this
yeah.
is a high boot challenge.
They've used that image
They just use that
of
image.
Doku hitting McAllister with his high boot.
Ridiculous, yeah. What the hell? I mean, this is. I mean, just what do you say? What do you say about these things? Anyway, but I wanted to also get the lowdown on what do you think in the situation given nicely qualified into the next round, Liverpool, and doing
Uh,
well. Played some B team, C team rather against the last group game and the league phase game. And आराम से you chilled, you are nicely now उनको भी minutes मिल गए और आप लोग अब ठीक
yeah,
है
yeah,
हाँ
yeah.
क्या फर्क पड़ता है top of the table still doesn't really matter
हाँ,
at the end of
बिल्कुल,
the game
बिल्कुल.
and
I think no one. no one expected कि Liverpool इतना अच्छा करेगी. Liverpool would finish top of the table.
No, no one did. I think no one really did.
And
And
yeah,
props to them. Props to them. Props to Liverpool. They
Ayusha, I
definitely.
mean, they've won it, but I don't know. I mean, it's just, do you still feel like they're the best team in Europe?
I mean, on paper, you have to say that, right? I mean, that's the.
Like
Uh,
based on stats and all the data and everything, I mean, of course.
yeah. Virat, Virat says, don't jinx it. We don't want to be Arsenal and bottle it, please, Chelsea. Hey, listen, you bottle it, that's on you. That's on you. Stay humble, eh? Stay humble. Stay
Stay
humble.
humble.
Stay humble. But
We
yeah, I
should get a
think,
t-shirt made. We should get
yeah,
a t-shirt made
I'll
for
be,
because we definitely believe in that. You and I.
yeah. We actually see, coming to that, it's a nice way to tie this up, right? Expectations and be humility. You guys have, I think that with fair play to Liverpool fans, they're not bloating their way onto this
Yeah,
title job.
yeah, yeah.
I think I've fairly been level-headed, I believe. Like much like Karnish Slaughter. You have to get to Slot also, you know. So fair play to
Mm-hmm.
Slot also, the way he's conducted himself with the press so far. And fair play to certain Chelsea fans like me, who I think मुझे अपना श्रेय देना चाहिए, who said कि, do not take this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with a pinch of
Absolutely.
salt.
Despite
Titles,
our
right?
best efforts to hype it up.
Yeah, everyone wanted to hype it up. I hated it. And look at where we are now. 1 win in 7. Suddenly, everyone is panicking. Everyone is questioning. Everything is being questioned. Typical scenes. Any other season at Chelsea. Whenever things go bad, everyone goes in crisis mode. I mean,
Yeah,
it's.
yeah,
I understand uh, the frustration because I am also frustrated. I mean, there are some frustrating things going on at this club for the longest time. But I'm
yeah,
glad that it is back on them because I told you, Yash, once again, I told you on our podcast. I remember, if you remember,
yeah,
we had
yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
this. I told you
yeah, yeah.
the only reason we are also doing well is only I will only give that credit to Maresca. So yes, if Maresca has screwed up, अब नहीं अच्छा कर रहा वो ठीक है, but you also got there because of only Maresca. Okay, Maresca had no say in the squad building. He just went along with
Yeah.
whatever these directors of football told him to do, that they will get for him, who they will keep. They told him keep Chalaba out. He's like, okay, I'll keep Chalaba out. He couldn't be like Flick in Bayern because Flick has a reputation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Flick said the
yeah.
Barcelona was like, get Araujo out, get Casado out, get every these people. No, but
Mm-hmm.
Flick was like, no, Casado, man, I'll make him play. उसको break नहीं मिली थी पूरे अपने Barcelona career में La Masia से लेकर. And suddenly, and no, look
Mm-hmm.
at him, man. He's playing brilliantly. I mean, but again, once again, that just shows like how much faith you have in a manager and the model really you're following to for your
Mm-hmm.
football club. These owners, yeah, these owners have made a mockery of, I think, fan sentiments and fan opinions also. जाहिर है कि
Mm-hmm.
बहुत निकम्मे हैं फैन बेस में होते हैं मैं मानता हूँ like there are many.
Fans are fans, yeah, come on.
Yeah, fans are fans, but some are like annoying type, like what I mean. Some are like obnoxious, basically. They're like, what is your
Yeah,
opinion?
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about those ties, those Rorys, or the
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
football
yeah,
fans.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
across
yeah.
every club out there. But notwithstanding that, I think everything else that has been going on with this club has a certain trajectory, right? And up now it's people are finally accepting a very solid reality कि यहाँ पर अब चेल्सी फुटबॉल क्लब में देखो ट्रांसफर पॉलिसी यही रहेगी. First fans were like, why aren't they
Mm-hmm.
changing? First they were like, they were questioning authority, when you hold like governments accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
Happens, I guess, nowhere these days. But वही कर रहे थे fans, and fans were like, no, get these players. No, we need experience. But they're realizing, even after everything they've been through, even after such a bad run of form, you know, where they clearly need certain recruitments in certain areas for sure, they're
Mm-hmm.
going after Matthias Tell. What is this? I don't understand. Like, how is this a player we really need? Man, is this a player we really need?
Who
I
the
mean,
fuck is that?
yeah, check this out, right? I don't know if you can see my screen. Can you see this?
It's very small because I'm on my phone.
So basically,
Uh,
I mean, this is
Matthias
Matthias
Telles
Tell.
current.
This is a 19-year-old kid. Okay, he plays for Bayern Munich. He has just played barely a season and a half of
Okay.
football. And I don't know, Spurs has been in for him. Chelsea has been in for him. Spurs, I understand because this guy usually can play usually on the wings. But
Acha.
we don't need wingers, man. We don't need wingers. I don't know why Chelsea is after this kid. And he's 19 years old, predictable. Wow, one more to the nursery. Oh my goodness, yaar. I am
Well,
like,
I mean, I feel like कि देखो, I mean, recruitment is different. It's a meta picture. Like, I mean, इनका recruitment तो उस level पे होता है कि they are
but
doing
yeah,
it for the
not
future,
good.
they're doing investing it. But in terms
But
of the
yeah,
first team, I think you've got like a decent first team. You need defenders and a goalkeeper. But I mean, वो भी होता है ना कि if you don't get your targets, you
hmm.
have to move on, right? I mean, and this seems like a high ceiling young whatever player.
Yash,
I
you're
don't even know
describing
which
every
position.
other player this this club has recruited in the past 2 years. How many high ceiling
Yeah, yeah,
players you
yeah.
need to buy and potential? Like, isn't it time that you literally build a spine now of people who have can actually bring
No, but
revenue and
Ayusha, tell me
scoring?
something. I mean, they went in for Lavia when they didn't need Lavia, right? They went in, I mean, they went in for Caicedo, and then right in
And so
that same window, after a few days, they went for Romeo Lavia, right?
yeah.
So I feel like there is a certain process to this whole thing, and it all sort of adds up until a point that, the players don't perform. And I mean, so you can't really blame the recruiters so much because Batshuayi and
Benoit
Disasi,
Badiashile, yeah.
Benoit
Disasi.
Badiashile, Benoit Badiashile, and Disasi, and all of these players,
उनके
they had
नाम भी
come
मुझे
with.
ट्रिगर कर रहे हैं भाई उनके नाम भी मुझे ट्रिगर कर रहे हैं अभी
बट ये बात तो है, अब तुम्हारे पास पता नहीं 5-6 कीपर्स भी हैं,
yeah
राइट?
yeah yeah on the books there are like 5 6 keepers man
None of them are
all of them
good.
are not good enough to play for a Champions League level team I think on paper right now maybe Jorgensen if he improves can probably but rest no Kepa
But I
no.
mean, see, you guys are just like 1 point behind City right now, who are fourth,
Yeah.
and I feel like Nottingham Forest are also gonna have like, I mean, they're gonna drop off eventually. They're not
See,
gonna make it to
I
top
know
four.
I expect probably Forest to drop off. By the way, there's a joke going on. I don't know if you know this.
Huh.
So I mean, Carragher remember made a prediction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had made this prediction recently when the start of the season. He said Chelsea won't make the top four, right? He had his own top four predicted. So
Oh,
Carragher
okay.
apparently, and he was being proven wrong. So now, right now, a recent video has come out, and I'll try to just show you. I don't know if I can share my screen that of that. I mean, it's kind of beautiful that way. What you see there? Yeah, okay. And so there is this video of Carragher. Can you see this? Can you see this Carragher?
Where?
अच्छा रुक जाओ एक second.
I
I'm
see a
sharing the
video where the
yeah. Can you see this
Brazil.
still frame of Carragher?
I can see the Twitter page. Yeah,
Yeah, so basically,
Felix.
yeah, yeah. So it's a repost of a Sky Sports video. ठीक है, retweeted
अच्छा
है.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Then he's made a
हाँ.
top four prediction जिसमें Liverpool first, second Arsenal, third Chelsea, fourth Forest है. और फिर
अच्छा.
लोग बोल रहे हैं भाई हम जिंक्स हो गए हैं अब. बोल रहे दिस इज द एंड. कैरेगर ने बोल दिया है तो नहीं होगा अब तो हो गया नहीं चेल्सी फॉरेस्ट सबका कट्टा कट जाएगा पत्ता कट जाएगा सबका नहीं हो पाएगा किसी का भी But jokes aside, but yes, here's the thing. I'll tell you what is the problem I find. This is all good said and done. I get it. Okay, maybe there is a process behind it. Let's even accept if there's a process behind it. If there is a process behind it, what is the process resulting in? I mean, at the end of the day, football अगर अब एक global business बन चुका है, what okay, even look, forget business part of it. Just look at what this club is doing. Because business part of it, I think they'll still continue to make profits. I think this club people, they will find ways. They will find ways. Spurs ka recently, for example, I don't know if you heard. Spurs are made some profits, okay, over the last financial year or something. And this is so. Can you imagine? Despite not playing Europe, not playing Champions League, they're still making profits. So it is possible. Okay, it is possible to do
Yeah,
that without getting the top layer
yeah.
football. And now, of the consequences, so the owners are fine. Their process is working, but fans का क्या हो रहा है भाई? They're seeing
But
mediocrity.
Ayusha, I mean, honestly, you need, okay, so you need a goalkeeper.
Hmm. For
Tell
sure,
me
yes.
one target. I mean, tell me one like decent goalkeeper that you can go for.
यार मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ फिलहाल जॉर्गनसन को ही खिला लो यार, उसको तो
नहीं
चांस
तुम
दो.
मतलब in terms of like I mean जो ट्रांसफर टारगेट्स है जो ट्रांसफर नहीं हो रहे हैं,
Hmm.
who do you think is gonna come in and solve the problem?
I mean, that's a toughie also. I agree. There are not many
Exactly. I mean,
desirable transfer
that's
targets
what I'm trying to say.
available.
That's
Hmm.
that's what I'm trying to say because there is always a chance, there's always a risk involved with these transfers. And of
Yeah.
course, I mean, you haven't really received the reward for these for taking risks, and it has like fared really badly for you,
Hmm.
especially in the defense, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
all the other areas, I feel like chalo, maybe an attacker you need,
Hmm. Yeah.
and Kunku hasn't been that whatever this challenge for
He's
Jackson or whatever.
disinterested. Yeah. Nukunku is good as gone. He is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
interested. He came on
yeah.
against. I didn't even get to know if Nukunku was playing. I actually didn't get to
But,
know.
but Ayush, all the other areas, I think you're very well sufficiently like resourced,
But very
right? I
imbalanced.
mean,
That's the thing. We're a very imbalanced squad. Like we're light on strikers, light on a good goalkeeper, and light on a. I can't believe I'm saying this. Light
defenders.
on a good center back also, man. Like what the
Yeah.
hell?
So center backs पे तुम्हारा risk जो है उसमें आपको उतना reward नहीं मिला है. But I'm just saying कि even if you step into the market right now, who is this one defender that's gonna solve your problems?
No one. But at
There
least,
isn't.
yeah.
And it's the same thing. If you don't go for these like star elite level players, then you go
Hmm.
for like the second tier, then there's always risk involved with
No,
this
that's true.
unproven talent who's just had one great season or maybe it's
True.
like I mean showing potential. फिर वो आप उसको लेके आओगे तो then would be similar sort of a risk involved.
Yeah. Well, that's that.
I mean,
I mean,
I get the frustration. I get the frustration, but I mean, Chelsea fans can't complain about transfers, man. I mean, your
I,
your team, your management has been very forthcoming. Your
yeah.
club has
Here's
been
the
very
thing.
forthcoming when it comes to yeah, huh.
Here's the thing. I think no one's. I think no one would complain. I think none of us would complain about the amount spent. Rather, we complain about how it was spent. It was, I think, quite wasted away in a lot of targets which we didn't need. I mean, there's no need to stockpile on so many young players, and who may or may not turn out. I mean, look at uh, Kani
Yeah,
Chukwuemeka.
I like him.
I'm getting his name wrong also now because it's been so long since I've seen him play. Let's just call him
I
Chuku.
like him.
Chuku Bhai
You've
is like
also
not
yeah.
there in the
Was
scene.
it?
He was bought from
It
Aston
was
Villa as
the
a young kid.
uh, was it the last season where he scored against Liverpool in the first game?
That was Disasi who scored against you at Stamford Bridge with Pochettino's first
Acha,
game.
acha.
Yeah, that was different.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I
this
remember he was quite nice.
this
This guy.
Chukwuemeka was actually pretty promising under Pochettino. He was playing well under
Yeah.
his system. He had scored a good goal at West Ham. and but his injury spoiled his whole season basically. And Maresca has not really fancied him in his system at all, because I can understand, because cam role ke liye you need to consistently be very have high output, right? That's a very
Yeah.
fixture of his system to of creativity. Palmer does that for him. I think.
Palmer, this guy, the Argentinian guy, and then
I mean,
Chukwuemeka या जो भी
yeah.
है.
So Chukwuemeka is a kind of a box to box more kind of player. And वो box to box
अच्छा.
player उसके पास already in Caicedo kind of already है in one sense of the word. Right. So there's no
But
space.
yeah,
And he can
Caicedo
do
is
that,
playing
right?
more of
Caicedo
a
does that
DM,
also.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a DM, but you see he's very athletic also, right? He can sometimes makes the forward runs at times and be at the edge of the box, otherwise to ready to shoot,
Hmm.
usually at least. So he's that way he provides certain dynamism to the overall game. And तो
Yeah.
चूंकि उनका कि तू जगह ही नहीं है भाई, उसको लेके ले लिया था। अब वो एक एक सीजन चला पोचेटिनो के अंदर, लेकिन सैक हो गया पोचेटिनो, अब मरेस्का आ गया, मरेस्का को जरूरत नहीं है उसकी। What
Hmm.
is and there were so many better man. Osimhen was there to happen in the summer, yaar. Victor Osimhen was there to happen. We could have made it. He
Yeah,
went to Galatasaray, yaar. Can you imagine?
but
He was
it's his
desperate to
wages,
leave.
nah. I think the wages were a problem.
That is why, I mean, like, wages, seriously, I mean, you have a potential
I,
guy who
I
can.
get that. I get that. Yeah, I get that. I mean, yeah, just say there was no need to
Ah,
get Joao Felix. I mean, and the worst part about that whole
मौखिक वाली
deal was
ये
that
होगी
he
मौखिक
वो
वाली डील
आया, huh?
मौखिक वाली डील थी जॉ फिलिक्स वाली उनको एथलेटिको डेस्परेट टू गेट हिम ऑफ बोल रहे थे कि भाई ले लो नहीं खेलेगा क्योंकि सिमियोने तो कहीं नहीं जा रहा एंड सिमियोने डज नॉट लाइक फिलिक्स ऑब्वियसली दैट इज वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड सो चलिए बोले हाँ ये तो उसको फ्लिप भी कर सकते हैं अभी भी बहुत यंग है 25 साल का है बस इसको तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं दे दो उसको 5 साल 6 साल 7 साल 8 साल 9 साल 10 साल लाइफ टर्म whatever and दे दिया and Leah, and now he's not feeling happy apparently. So the news is currently, and I was reading this, I'll share this. Apparently he's close to, there has some been talks of Aston Villa.
भाई Aston Villa is like that क्या बोलते हैं उसको cemetery
Yeah,
cemetery of all these great European players who end up just like going there.
this
Anyway,
is
yeah, so
but
I get your point. I get your point about the like transfers, and especially with the Joao Felix, had they been more like smarter, they had
Hmm.
like I mean an audition for him. एक साल उसने एक season उसने loan पे खेला and he wasn't that great clearly. So there was no sense in going for him.
No, there wasn't.
It's
There wasn't.
but
There wasn't. There wasn't. There's no space for him in this team. There's no space for him in this team. कहाँ पर he starts over who in the
but
attack?
Ayush, I mean as a fan, I mean right now you're complaining, but isn't that the best kind of feeling to just buy whoever you can, you know? I remember जब Nouri
Yeah.
Sahin आया था for a
Yeah.
season from Real Madrid, and we were like, man, what if this guy actually comes and plays for us, like for good?
Yeah.
But he didn't, and we couldn't buy a player like him. But
Hmm.
and it wasn't like Nouri Sahin was this great, like I mean, he had this amazing season for Liverpool. He didn't, but he was just that brand, this great Real Madrid player,
हाँ हाँ.
Dortmund player. तो वो काफी empowering feeling नहीं है कि आप आपका क्लब किसी भी प्लेयर को खरीद सकता है.
It
And this is
feels
all
very,
within FFP. Yeah.
yeah. See, this all this is good. I keep thinking about these things. I mean, yeah, I think see Chelsea fans are very divided on this. Like certain fans would say the same thing you were saying. You're completely correct. They would definitely say this. Let's entertain that. Okay, you're financially sustainable. At least you won't have PSR breathing down your necks. You won't have to pay fines like Manchester United are potentially facing to pay, and you won't be in trouble like other clubs like Everton last season, like Nottingham Forest last season. So you'll be fine, right? You'll be okay, and if you got in some decent like marquee signings, one or two, like Felix or something to make you, or a Nkunku kind of player, to mix it up in there. The only thing is, beyond a point, you know what I feel, where I would say this, all this is good. I mean, this is me and the other segment who would say this, is that okay, you are presenting, okay, this is all great, this is like a financially sustainable, this is good for the club, great, but on the pitch, what do you have to consistently show for it, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
After that, football is a game about literally 11, 22 people on the pitch, right? And उसमें 22 people का जो मसला है ना, वो जो, what about that, man? What is happening there? What is happening to what fans, we as fans, connect with in the first place, right? Before the brand, before we knew the players, their salaries, their contracts, their lives, or whatever, there was this raw kind of emotional connection to when you watch football, right?
mm-hmm.
And what your
Yeah,
team
yeah,
does,
yeah,
whatever whoever your team is. And I
yeah,
feel that is now a huge disconnect from this
yeah.
very corporatized sort of American hedge bro fund sort of attitude towards the running a football club, you know?
You just say hedge, bro.
Yeah,
Hedge
hedge
fund,
fund
bro.
bro. Hedge fund bro. Hedge bro also sounds pretty cool, I guess. Hedge bro. Hashtag hedge bro goals. Gonna buy.
You just invented a hashtag.
Yeah, hedge bro. कर ही देता हूँ. Hashtag hedge bro. अपना ही कमेंट को दिखाएगा अपन. But but in all honesty, I this is what I feel is disconnecting, and you see that beyond a point why it is not. There was the bubble created by, I think, I do believe now, I think there was a slight bubble created. I think Maresca is still a good manager. Yeah, I agree with you, and I agree with a lot of fans who say that Maresca, there is a good manager in Maresca. Definitely there is. Is he without mistakes? No, he's not. He makes a lot of mistakes, and he's made us. But yeah, one of the unforgivable has been Sanchez. His insistence on Sanchez. Now, how much is that over determined by the board is also then has to be brought into question. तो clearly some board इसको कुछ कह रहा है ना. Why would you insist on clearly on a player which Pochettino also dropped at the first side, bhai? But then again,
But
Pochettino
you're
left.
right. It's an overdetermination of a lot of, like, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on that you can't really, I mean, put a finger on Maresca and say, you're to blame, because
Hmm.
I'll give you my whatever. What I genuinely think about Maresca is that Maresca is, like, again, keeping with the brand of Chelsea. He's a high ceiling manager.
Hmm.
But he's not proven.
Yes, that is so well said. Oh my goodness, that's wow. Actually, you are so right. Chelsea are going less like the whole set of players are only going for high ceiling managers, not already up there managers.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's true. That is so true, man. I'm
And
having a
so of course
crisis.
he doesn't have that kind of, like, a full vision of how the whole club runs. And of course usko utni authority bhi nahi denge, because again, the club, I mean, I don't know who keeps the, like, who holds the most power in the hierarchy, but clearly there's someone who has a vision and वो अपने हिसाब से चला रहे हैं, and manager is just another cog in the whole machinery. And
See,
clearly in the
oh,
present,
this
like,
is there.
situation, in the, like, current times of football, you
Hmm.
you realize कि एक central figure of a manager
Hmm.
above everyone else in the hierarchy is very, very important, because it is such a high stake thing that if you have, like, like a Guardiola or a Klopp,
Hmm.
these figures who are, like, larger than life sort of, managers, जिनकी अथॉरिटी पे पूरी चीज चलती है. अब Maresca is, I mean, someone who's, like, extremely, knowledgeable, and knows all the things, all the right things.
Yeah.
But the thing is ki he still needs man management, right? I mean, he still needs that kind of, like, that ability to just call a player to his
Hmm.
office and say that, man, I mean, I'm gonna drop you because you're crap.
Yes, this Yash. Can Maresca do that? Does Maresca
मुझे
have
अब
the space and power to do that?
ये तो दिस इज ऑल स्पेक्यूलेशन, हम ना अभी जो स्पेक्यूलेशन कर रहे हैं, बट आई जस्ट फील लाइक, और ये मेरा खुद का लाइक क्लॉप बायस भी हो सकता है,
Hmm.
बट क्लॉप ने भी कैरियर्स को बहुत दिनों तक बैक किया था. आई मीन, बट यू नो व्हाट हिज लाइक, यू नो, अल्टीमेट, it's not like he carries ka up until that Champions League final he was whatever, this great keeper, great young keeper जो बहुत अच्छे saves कर रहा था. नहीं,
Yeah.
he was like, he was full of mistakes. There was a Bournemouth game जिसकी वजह से हम हारे थे,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
और भी बहुत सारे games जिसमें वो constantly goof up करता था. But I think that was the time when he actually Klopp also gave up कि भाई नहीं होता. So I'm guessing कि there would there is you know, a great sort of like great sign of, you know, a good manager. This is a good sign of a great manager rather.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to phrase it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He's backing his player even when the player is extremely shitty.
Yeah.
And clearly there are like clear signs कि भाई ये बंदा इसमें रॉबर्ट सैंचेज का फ्यूचर नहीं है अब यहाँ चेल्सी में, तभी भी वो उसको बैक कर रहा है. एंड भले
What
भले
was?
आयुष भले यू नो उनके बैकरूम या उसमें जो भी चेंजिंग रूम में जो भी बात हो रही हो,
Hmm.
लेकिन पब्लिकली टू बैक हिम डिस्पाइट so many mistakes and stuff, I think that's incredible. And it shows that this manager has like, you know, like a something going forward, a vision that's, you know, moving forward and not. And of course it's a, I see Maresca as like a 2 3 seasons wala project, just like Arteta was. Arteta first season.
Can Maresca make me forget this, Yash? Can he make me forget this incident? Can he
From
freaking make me
XG 0 point what was it?
zero point zero
0.02.
three to 0.03 to 0.42? What a fucking guy. Oh my goodness. Seriously,
I
yaar.
this was, you
This
can't
is the
forgive this.
you can't must but not forget. This is the thing, yeah. I think, and that is what makes me question. Like, is he? It's clearly overdetermined, right? Clearly, this this guy who was a third choice keeper at Brighton is
Was he
supposed to.
third choice?
Yeah, he was dropped. दिस जेसन स्टील को उनने रख दिया था. जेसन स्टील भी खुद इतना अच्छा नहीं था. वो तो घंटा पासिंग आउट ऑफ द बैक कर पाता पाता था फॉर द
तो
अपना.
कौन था उनका फर्स्ट कीपर? क्योंकि मुझे तो याद है बहुत,
आई थिंक
एक दो सीजन तो सैnchez था.
Sanchez was then dropped. Sanchez was dropped for Jason Steele towards the end of
अच्छा.
last 6 7 months of Sanchez's Brighton career. He was not starting. It was Jason Steele who used to start. In fact, Jason Steele be
Oh
number
wow.
one. They were looking for a number one then, Brighton. And so this is
Yeah.
the halat of this football club. Bhai, we went for a third choice technically keeper at Brighton, and we expected. That's the thing, and that was what different under Roman was. Roman knew that you sometimes just have to go for the throat and go for the elite signing. Even yes, you may risk sustainability for a while, but find the deal. If you really want it, you can find that deal. Yash, like people can make that thing happen if they really want it. You're right. They can. They could have made Osimhen happen, I think, in the summer. They could have. They knew that Nicholas Jackson alone cannot handle things, yeah. And they knew that Nukunku is not a striker. He does not play striker, yeah. वो खुद कह चुका है, Maresca कह चुका है. So who you relying on Nicholas
देखो
Jackson?
देखो अब एनकुंगू को तुम बेच के you're gonna get in like a nice fee for him. You're also going to get rid of क्या नाम है, Joao Felix. That's also gonna get you some money.
Yes.
And then it's very clear that I'm just trying to find that silver lining, and the way that I see it is that you have to realize that things are working, because now you're able to see when things are working. You're also able to see कि अच्छा ठीक है, the
Hmm.
cycle is working, but like some break issue है, तो वो हम
Hmm.
ठीक कर सकते हैं. But
Hmm.
the larger the larger machine is working. So all you have to do is move these little pieces, and it's gonna be great. Because I mean, and if then the owners and the club doesn't do it, then it's jeopardy. But right
Yeah,
now, I feel like a lot of things are going right, and Chelsea fans, I mean, they're just losing their minds for nothing.
I agree to an extent. I agree. I think the form has made it definitely worse because this was
Hmm.
supposed to be at least until the City game a very easy run of games for Chelsea to pick up
Yeah,
points in.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, look at the
correct.
fixture list, yaar. Crystal Palace away, not doing. Crystal Palace are like a very patchy team, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
correct.
Glasner. Then you had Fulham at home. Yeah, provide Fulham is a good team, but it's still at home. You
Yeah,
expect, you're against Fulham. You're not expected to take the game to them. Granted, yeah, they got a point at. I think they got a point at Liverpool, right? At Anfield, if I'm correct, Fulham
Fulham,
this
yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, 2-2.
granted, but you did. That was not a game to lose at all. You shouldn't have lost that game. And Ipswich away.
Absolutely.
Ipswich away, which got battered by City 6-0 when City was not in form. They gave a boost to City's life, and City went
Yeah,
from up
yeah.
there, that 6-0 win. So we lost 2-0 there. There was a horrible performance. I think it's the manner of losses which is very concerning trend about uh, the way this club is being conducted. And
But
yes, questions
Ayushi,
on.
again, you have to look at the larger picture. Would you be happy with Pochettino being the manager right now?
Oh man, I think so. It feels like it was long time ago, but it was literally 7 months ago that he was here already. This is what
I
Chelsea
I
does.
would be worried
I
if
think
I
I
was
would be
a
worried. I
Chelsea
think I
fan.
would be worried. I trust Maresca more. Yes, I agree. I trust Maresca way more. Somehow I find him a much more adaptable manager than Pochettino in that sense, tactically speaking. I think he's
Yeah.
very smart and shrewd that way. But I only worry about whether he ever. I think he can definitely get us into top four, given given if he gets the player he wants, and that is what I'm mainly afraid of. Will he get the players he wants, like certain, at least the kind of player he wants? It may not be a
I'm
target.
not even like, I mean, I'm not even worried about that. Honestly, and I'm not saying this to like, take a piss or whatever, but this is my honest take on this. And I feel like there's an upward movement with Chelsea. With
Mhm.
Pochettino, it wasn't. I think with Pochettino, you guys were going on a
Swing.
downward
It was pendulum swing.
trajectory. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pendulum swinging thing basically. At
Yeah,
one point you
but
had
I
some
feel
highs,
like,
then lows.
yeah, Maresca has got a lot right, yeah. I mean, Romeo Lavia, Caicedo, and what's that, Enzo.
Yeah.
This midfield is one of the best midfields in uh, Premier League.
Yeah, it was at least until December. I felt it was, and
Yeah,
sun,
हम तो दिसंबर तक यही बात करते. Caicedo is the best midfielder
yeah,
in the whole Premier League.
that's that's a concerning thing also. Caicedo has not actually had a dip in his performances. It's not a coincidence that
Yeah,
Chelsea is also performing badly at the
yeah,
same time.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Caicedo
yeah,
actually had a bit of dip in form because the
yeah,
thing is
correct.
the defense is also so shaky. The whole defense is pretty shaky.
Hmm.
And because of the shakiness of this defense, and because that there is such untrustworthy people at the back, I think Caicedo half the time is thinking like, shit, मुझे ये भी cover करना है. Shit, मुझे ये भी और cover करना है. It's too much for him
Hmm.
to handle defensively. You need certain, if you have people like Levi Colwill behind you, जो हकता रहता है भाई,
Hmm.
you know,
अब बच्चा है यार वो. Levi Colwill is also a kid.
who the hell thought, then who is there, man? Wesley Fofana you bought knowing his injury record.
Yeah,
My
Wesley
goodness.
Fofana, I mean, 70 million or some 60 or
For what?
something, I don't
He's
know.
not played one
He
full
was
season full of games, yeah. He's not played 38 games ever for Chelsea yet. Also, I think Premier League games. And I think this is the problem, right? This is the why I feel I I don't think there's a certain problem in the recruitment strategy because they're not connected with
right, but
reality. मुझे लगता है.
do you remember Saliba?
Yes, of course.
Saliba, I think लीवाई कोलवेल सलीबा कंपेरेबल हैं उस सेंस में क्योंकि उनकी जो ट्रैजेक्टरी रही है
हाँ.
he had like one good season. Was it like during Mr. Good
No,
Evening's time or
no. I think it was Arteta, early Arteta season. I think he had some
no? But then
breakthrough.
he was sent on loan. He was sent
Yeah,
on
that is
loan to
the one.
Bundesliga,
Yeah, he was.
and Arsenal fans were crying कि भाई इसको लेके आओ वापस. He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
And Arteta is not doing that and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like with a lot of these, defenders that you have, center backs that you have,
Hmm.
you never know. They might just somehow like turn out to be world beaters when they play for other teams.
I
It's just a
maybe
level of refinement that you need. अभी अभी क्या है ये अभी ये क्या है ना they are getting exposed and
completely, and
that's
every
not good.
week in week out they're exposed. Week in week out, anyone comes and exposes these defenders because it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy. I mean, it's not even a big deal to score against Chelsea, in my opinion. I think it's very easy. या तो अगर डिफेंस अगर ठीक कर भी लिया, जैसे अगर कर भी लिया गलती से, अच्छा कर भी लिया, which is say I would say up until 1-1 against City game, I was actually very happy with the performance in the sense that ठीक है, we're getting dominated, we're not playing that
Yeah.
well, but at least defensively
Yeah.
we're okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
up until that point. And then we have these crazy ass incident like with Sanchez, and then Sanchez goes, and then the whole team morale collapses. फिर पूरा गेम ही
Yeah.
बदल गया. Then Levi Colwill
वो तो
Hagos against
यार वो आयुष है वो तो हमको पता ही है. You need a leader, man. You need a leader at the back.
this is
You
but
miss
why?
you miss that one central figure in that defense, whether it was like an Aspilicueta or a Thiago
Hell
Silva
yes,
later.
hell
You
yes,
need
hell yes. We
you need
missed
that
that
senior figure.
sorely. Like we are sorely missing these sort of figures, yeah, as a centre back figure, and this is and the हैरानी की बात है. I think we must have spent like what 150 million already on like 3-4 defenders who are clearly not fit to start for Chelsea. Which
मैं इसीलिए कह रहा था तुम्हें कि लुइस डंक makes a lot of sense.
now that they got लुइस रंग के ले लेते हो यार. Actually, इससे अच्छा तो I mean,
Because
he's
you
actually
need
a
you
decent centre back. I mean, he's not doing well recently, but
yeah.
I don't know. But who else is at least? I mean, there is certainly a solution out there. Yeah, clearly there is. Clearly there is a solution out there. We just, I think they are too stubborn to do it because they're like कि नहीं नहीं इसमें अभी invest किया हुआ है पैसा.
You need an organizer. You need like one older senior central defense में या maybe
Yes.
on the defensive line कोई भी, but you need this one. See, maybe Reece James can be that person who can do
Yeah.
that.
अब रीस जेम्स को तो उसने he tried to provoke him.
Hmm.
Whereas early on in the season, right? He was like, no, he's not been a great leader. Simple as that. And which I agreed with, which a lot of fans applauded also. Like I agree with that statement. I was like, yeah, if you're going to be in the hospital bed or the hard 90% of your season, how can you be a
Back
leader?
now, poor guy is back.
For how
I love
long?
Reece James.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I don't know. उसको फिर से injury हो जाए. I'm actually always afraid that he'll get injured. Yeah. Always feel he's back. Okay, great. Oh, bhai, re-injured again. I just hope he needs a long like stint of like seasons now, like for him to get back on form. I think he's there, man. He's there. He's there. He's at a his potential is the top. I believe the top, completely top levels. But he needs to stay fit. He needs to stay fit. This guy needs to stay
I'm
fit.
thinking
Simple as that.
who is this one player that you can get who's gonna sort out a lot of your problems?
I
Maybe
was
like David Alaba. I don't know
David,
how old Alaba is. Yeah.
I think must be what 33, 34, if I'm correct. But Alaba is once again like, how is he at the top of his game to come to Premier
Maybe
League
not. Yeah.
to and deliver that? I mean, we have been linked with. I mean, literally, Chalaba came back, and Chalaba is already a best centre back, literally.
Mark.
And
What about Mark Guehi?
Goehi, I mean, there's a lot of divided opinion. I fall on this side that I believe Goehi is decent, but he is
Yeah,
not the
he's
leader
not.
you need. The leader you need
Yeah. Yeah.
for the defense. I don't think he can do that job. You need a leader. You need that sort of. When Saliba, the moment even Saliba started playing again after the loan, you saw a
Mm.
leadership quality. I never saw that from Levi Colville ever. Levi Colville always
Yeah.
looked panicky to me, always from
Yeah.
day one.
Yeah.
He has that mistake in him always,
Yeah.
right? He's never confident. Chalo, under Pochettino, everyone was like he by Levi Colville is being played out of position. उसको left back खिला रहा है Pochettino, वो left
Mm.
back तो है नहीं, वो पता नहीं no Levi Colville गलत position, and everyone was ठीक है, बोले क्या यार fine Levi Colville has been played completely out of position by Poch, वो सही तरह से नहीं खिलाता. Maresca came, Maresca was subdued. Everyone's like, yeah, no, this is now how you should play Levi Colville. Dude, I'm waiting for some good performances back to back from Levi Colville this season. And
I mean, there was a point uh this season, or was it last season? I don't remember, but every Liverpool fan was going crazy about Levi Colville. And I think it was last season. Last season when the
last
season was
season,
starting.
when Pochettino was appointed, the Liverpool was linked
Yeah.
a lot to
And
Levi Colville. You guys wanted Levi Colville. I think Klopp wanted him.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Klopp wanted him, and वो था कि ब्राइटन में उसका काफी अच्छा सीजन रहा था.
He had a
And there
great
was
season.
this one clip of him just holding the ball at the like middle line very
Yeah.
confidently, like dribbling to the center line, and then just I don't know, वो बहुत ही मतलब it was just one of those YouTube videos जो
Highlights, one of those
जो
highlights.
highlight जो उसका reel बन जाता है, and then everyone's like, oh wow, he's actually
Yeah.
quite a good player. He can
We
play
should
from the
call these
back.
things. We should call these things football thirsts. Bloody hell.
Thirst trap.
Yeah, these are football thirst traps, man. Freaking hell.
क्या बात
उसको
है,
देख
you're
के
on
तो
a
मैं
roll.
भी I'll be honest, उनको देख के भी मैं भी I was like, wow, man, this guy आई टेस्ट पे तो सही लग रहा है. काफी सही है होगा. मतलब clearly we did not see some other things which are in his game, like freaking hell, physicality, strength. है ही नहीं भाई की भाई. है ही नहीं
At
कुछ.
this point of time, I'd rate Jarrell Quansah over Levi Colville.
Maybe he might be also, yeah. Because I don't see Kwanzaa like spoiling his chances whenever he plays. I think he's been fairly okay whenever he's maintained
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
self, whenever he's come on. He's not made some huge blunder or error leading to a chance or a goal or a penalty, at
Yeah,
least.
but
Right?
that's the thing. That's the thing, Ayush. I don't know. I mean, if you can afford to drop him to the bench, but first game, Ipswich, Jarrell Quansah substituted at halftime.
Wow.
मतलब slot killed this guy's confidence, but अब उसको वापस भी लेके आ रहा है.
So you see, you need to do that. Can Maresca do that actually? Can Maresca afford to do that?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure
Yes.
the guys upstairs, these Vince Stanley and Stewart and these clowns, मुझे यकीन है इन्हें बोला होगा कि कुछ की है भाई, इनको तो मिनट्स चाहिए, इनको मिनट्स देना भैया, प्लीज गिव देम मिनट्स, मेक श्योर,
Yeah, but
मेक
I mean, what about Joe
श्योर.
Gomez? I think you guys should go for Joe Gomez.
भाई अपने बुक्स बैलेंस करने के लिए हम पे क्यों तुम में से थोप रहे हो यार, मतलब
भाई हमारा स्क्वाड तो काफी काफी बैलेंस्ड है. जो गोमेज है
एग्जैक्टली,
उसकी वजह से.
एक्चुअली ट्रू, बट वंस अगेन जो गोमेज, yeah, Joe Gomez function, and once again, as we discussed, Joe Gomez cannot lead the Chelsea team. I don't think he'll who will be, I think, yeah, maybe
Don't
he'll be an improvement over other defenders, but once again, he'll not be the one. I think, yeah, he definitely is probably better than Levi Colwell and others and the Badias and the disasters and whatnot. For sure, he'll start over them. I agree. In fact, I would say that also. But then again, is he
you
will he
need
able
like a
to
Virgil van Dijk
lead the
or
line?
a Ruben Diaz, Virgil van Dijk kind of player.
That profile, yeah, exactly. You need that profile, man. You need that profile. You need that profile. But even linked with Guehi, who cannot provide that, he will not be able to do that, yeah. They will not be able to provide that.
Okay, I mean, is there an Atletico Madrid player that you can get? I don't know. कोई समझ में नहीं आ रहा यार. Maybe
And I think
just
the transfer
दिमाग.
targets अभी अभी मैं वही देख रहा था. I was trying
Who
to
would be your ideal like defender to replace
see.
Disasi and Benoit Batshiale, whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
Badiashile, it doesn't even matter.
Badiashile.
Badman Badiashile. भाई उसको oh man. I'm thinking यार. I'm actually thinking that's true. एक तो center back targets. I mean, I don't know. I will actually have to look who's in the market. I'm trying to see. We're not even. That's a problem. We've only been linked with people like just Guehi. Also, where is the scouting
Everyone,
going?
everyone's linked with Guehi.
Yeah, but where are the other targets, bhai? Where are your other targets? Why aren't we linked with anyone else? Not even a single other center back. When you know these people are not good enough. Disaster को तो बोल दिया already. एंजो ने बोल दिया disaster को नहीं start करा था. Drop कर दिया.
तो गया ना वो तो एस्टन विला गया.
उसका loan
नहीं.
complete हो गया if I'm correct, right?
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Let me check. Disasi, right? Think if I'm correct, Disasi is gone on loan. उसका link तो था जाने का. Here we go. As it stands, Chelsea have what? Okay, I'm gonna show this, brother. There's some development going on in this scene because apparently this is what they're saying. Okay, so check this out. This is so Fabrizio. I'm just searching the Sassi, and this showed up. As it stands, Chelsea have blocked the departure of Axel Disasi to Aston Villa. Now, matlab, why? Why?
Because
Just
you
let.
don't have defenders.
I mean, that's also true, but might as well let him leave. He's not going to start. I mean, don't give Maresca even the option of starting him, yaar. Please, like, don't just put put a goalkeeper there or something. I don't know, man. Just put anyone there, but him, like in that whatever position you want to, can't be filled.
See, there is this guy. His name is Baidu. I think a lot of people are interested in him.
Let me
Salzburg
look.
defender.
Let's see. How do you spell that?
Baidoo.
Baido देखते हैं. Baidu. Baidu भाई. हम्म, अगर कुछ मिल रहा है लिंक मुझे भेज दे. मुझे ट्राइंग टू फाइंड ओनली. लेट मी ऑल्सो.
Link as in, I'm looking at the stats.
तू स्टैट्स देख रहा है.
Uh, and he's been one of the standout defenders. एक पाचो करके भी है.
मैं देख रहा हूँ अभी हमारा कुछ. Apparently, Chelsea's been linked to Ivan Ferguson.
भाई he would be. मैं नहीं इवन फर्गसन की बात की थी या हम
हाँ.
रॉरी डेलैप की बात कर रहे थे ना.
We were talking about the Delap, Liam Delap, the
हाँ.
Ipswich kid, right?
Oh, his name is Liam Delap. हाँ हाँ.
Liam
Yeah.
Delap.
Yeah.
Liam.
Even Ferguson has not played this season at all.
at all. I think he's fallen out of favor, if I'm correct.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
भाई इस टेल के लिए तो सब लोग जा रहे हैं. ये देखो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड, चेल्सी, आर्सेनल, एस्टन विला की भाई.
वही है ना, he's going to be like one of those young talents.
भाई we
जैसे
have enough. Please, someone take them off Chelsea. Please, we don't want such. This is so frustrating, man. क्या ही बोलूं
he's
यार
gonna
मैं.
be like a Musiala type thing कि आपके उसमें था एकेडमी में और हम चुरा के लेके चले गए.
ये देखिए
You can,
join the race for even Ferguson. पता I mean अगर I guess just take if it's loan or something, why not यार. कोई तो स्ट्राइकर कोच तो कोई भी ले आओ यार. Seriously, at this point I'll take anyone to compete
yeah.
in
हाँ
this sport.
मतलब इसको अभी ब्लॉक किया, मतलब they are not going for another defender at least in this window.
Man, I mean I've
But anyway, I mean that's
ah boy, this is embarrassing. I don't know what to and सारी चीजें देखो टेल के बारे में अब लेकिन जो फिलिक्स सैलरी makes the potential lead to Aston Villa complicated.
you know what?
My
Ayusha, I think Marquinhos is a good shout.
is Marquinhos available? Is he willing to move? Marquinhos यार, please.
Marquinhos, so
Available.
he won't be because he's like new project and they have like a nice chance to win Champions League.
तो मार्किनोस अपने पीएसजी वाले की बात कर रहे हो ना तो
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
man, I want to this. I wish there were links to Marquinhos to Chelsea. Should I desperately search for it? Marquinhos Chelsea, please, man, make it happen. So please make it happen. He's actually a good target. Marquinhos and Mike.
How old is he?
How old is he actually? Marquinhos is 30. I mean, it's not a bad age, yeah. He can still play. He can still play. Man, that's a very old image of Marquinhos. Look at that. Oh my goodness. 2016. He looks like a kid here. Yeah. What's his scene in PSG, yaar? Is he willing to move? Man, please, man. I mean,
I don't think so. I don't think so
how old is this?
he.
Oh shit. I love to, yaar. Marquinhos is. Man,
I mean,
I would
but
have loved to.
the thing is also that, I mean, look at their defense. क्या नाम है इसका? बार्सिलोना का defense. It's
Barcelona
a
defense is, I think,
19-year-old kid.
it's द बार्सिलोना का डिफेंडर ना कौन है इसका नाम भूल जाता हूँ यार मैं इफ देयर एनीवन इन लाइव
कुआ
चैट मुझे बता देगा कौन है
कुआबरासी ऐसे कुछ नाम है ना उसका, जो this 19-year-old kid
कोबरा
from La Masia.
yes Kobrasi it's Kobrasi I think yes I think it is Kobrasi only yes that is right I mean इस स्क्वाड कैसे देखते हैं बार्सिलोना स्क्वाड के प्लेयर्स शो मोर
Oh, Bastoni would be a crazy
I,
signing.
when I told you Bastoni एक बार मैं तुम्हें previously बताया था but Bastoni is like a freaking dream man for me Bastoni is a dream अगर I look at and Bastoni is like top player यार Bastoni is a top player Bastoni is a very top player and let me also like put those stats up man I'll show you this guy is he's the real deal yaar he is the real deal and so he's 25 years old okay and this guy is currently this season trying to look up his stats in Serie A. Don't want ads thank you okay
Hi. I just realized
Hmm.
that if you hadn't sold Antonio Rudiger
Yeah.
and Fikayo Tomori, they might be your like starting centre backs.
You know what? I keep regretting that every day. Actually, actually regret that every day.
Lewis Hall भी है. Lewis Hall तो would come back, right? He's on a loan, right?
Lewis Hall, no, was a loan with an option with a clause to buy. So he's as good as gone. He's as good as gone. He's as good as gone. Unfortunately. So this is Bastoni, right? And these are things. This is per 90. I think this is per 90 or an average. Oh yeah, this is probably an average of it, the tackles and stuff per 90 he makes. He makes almost an interception a game, and that's pretty good for a defender. I mean, clearly shows he's playing. जैसे आपको बताया था ना मैंने कि मिडफील्ड में भी आ जाता है ये बहुत.
But इसका
Anil,
मतलब ये भी हो सकता है कि कि why is he like I mean intercepting?
because he is play.
It's mean
I
that
mean, maybe
he's been
it's
exposed
also
to.
reading. It's also reading of the game, no? Reading the game is good, यार. तो intercept कर पा रहा है.
Ah,
So he's able to step
but
forward and be proactive rather than.
interceptions should be for like midfielders as a like a defensive
वही मैं बोल रहा
midfielder
हूँ
का एक.
ना, ये because of Inzaghi system, वो
Yeah, you said हाँ वो
defensive line is into
further
midfield
ahead है.
only. So sometimes they'll be pressing,
Hmm.
pressing in the midfield line, yeah. So it is that flexible. Someone like, oh my God, Bastoni, I would be a dream, yeah. Get him, man. Get him instead of these jokers that we have in this club right now. I'm seriously tired because your weekend game. Let's check out what's the weekend game. This is
I have a bad feeling about this one. Bournemouth away.
shit. No, you're Bournemouth away or home?
Away.
Okay, let's see what are the games this weekend. You have Bournemouth, Liverpool. You have Bournemouth away. Okay, this is a toughie, brother.
This
This
is
is
going to be a
this is going to be a bit of a
tough
firecracker of
tough
a
game.
game. And Bournemouth are also in a good form. Okay,
भाई
they have 3 wins and 2 draws, pretty much same as
they
Liverpool. Holy shit! Okay,
payload 5 goal against Nottingham. We couldn't even score like one.
बाप रे
We
Nottingham
almost
एक गोल नहीं मार पाई यार. I was surprised how one-sided that game was. They destroyed completely Nottingham Forest. I
and
was
was
like,
there like this guy who doesn't even start for them, जिसने 3 गोल
Otara,
मारे हैट्रिक मारा उसका.
this
उतारा.
guy, Otara, Dango Otara. He scored a hat trick, man. Dango Otara. And Semen got 5-0. And they're look this apparently this guy Andoni Iraola, Areola,
Iraola.
Iraola. Okay, Andoni. Let's just call you Andoni. Andoni. For now, he's the next big thing. Apparently, they're saying pretty young manager also for a
Yeah,
just
yeah,
in his
yeah.
early 40s, very young for a manager. And I think he's can be the next best manager. Apparently, बात तो ये चल रही, but the way because way Bournemouth is playing.
का मैनेजर
Bournemouth का,
नेक्स्ट किसका मैनेजर हो सकता है ये?
but the next big thing essentially.
अच्छा, the next, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But Bournemouth Liverpool, what do you feel, brother? Do you
I
have a
have a
bad
bad
feeling or
feeling
do
it's
you
going to
think?
be a 2-1, 2-1 sort of a game. Liverpool are going to lose.
I think you won't lose, but you'll definitely drop points. I think in this game for sure. I feel Bournemouth is in a very good form. I think you'll draw.
Yeah.
I think it'll be it'll be little scoring kind of shish game. I think it might be a 1-1 draw or a 1-1 draw. I think I'll go for a 1-1 draw. It'll be like a 1-1
I
draw. I
have a
think it'll
feeling
be
कि ये 2-1 होगा and वही होगा. They'll play that counter attack.
They will. They will. They will actually see. Here's the thing: Bournemouth will always is a transition team, and they will also at the same time have that sort of enthusiasm they have playing against big
Yeah.
teams. They include the equations. They
They
have enjoyed
cherish it.
it.
Yeah,
मजा आता है उनको.
they enjoy
So,
it.
they enjoy it. They beat City, they beat Arsenal. They beat they. I think who else did they beat? Spurs, obviously. I mean, Spurs, okay, whatever. But
Don't care too much.
yeah, and but yeah, I think I think it's a very tough test. I think even if you drop points, I think this is a good gaming to drop points in
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know,
Because Arsenal are playing City,
yes, my brother, Arsenal are
and
playing.
Arsenal are not going to beat City. I feel.
I don't think so, यार. I don't think Arsenal are beating City at all. मुझे नहीं
Yeah,
लगता. मुझे नहीं लगता. I think City are also picked up form now. I think if it was
yeah,
City are not in the same state again right now. They were. If you remember, their bad run started from that game only, when they
yeah,
were had Rodri injured in that game. उसी गेम में तो हुआ
yeah,
था ना.
yeah, yeah.
उसी गेम में हुआ था.
Absolutely.
So I think Arsenal City. But I think they will definitely draw. I think they'll draw. They'll not lose to City at home.
Hmm.
I feel because City is
Yeah,
also not that. City is also not that crazy. Let's be. They're beatable also very easy,
yeah.
very
They're
easily.
very well, very easily beatable. But it's the master versus the prodigy, and 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 he has already won one round, which is against Maresca,
That's true.
and that
And
is
in the
basically tactically outsmarting him.
he did tactically outsmarted Maresca in that game for sure. He was like, man, that was so. That is man Guardiola, man. When he's I think because this is a sign when Guardiola is desperate because Guardiola literally told Edison, "Ki just go for the long ball with your accurate
Hmm.
passing. Go for the long ball. Haaland will pin Levi Colwill, and Levi Cole
Yeah.
always against him. And you were right. We were right. We had talked about this, right? That the battle will be crucial. Haaland versus Levi Colwill or Haaland versus Chalobah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Haaland
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Chalobah में बेचारा Chalobah हार गया because of Sanchez.
चालोबा का बड़ा embarrassing था यार. He was like, whoa, he was put down on the ground, like on his ass.
और और क्या? Because he panicked. I think he would have been okay if Sanchez उसकी वो पैनिक कर गया इन द इस टेंशन में क्योंकि Sanchez इतना आगे आ गया था. He's like fuck, I now have to really block his shot. पहले तो था कि चलो just show him the corner. अब now I have to really block his shot. And उस चक्कर में you see his वो क्विक टर्न किया हालांकि नहीं वो बेचारा अपने गिरा अपने मंदुल पे और फिर that was the end of it, end of Sanchez's Chelsea career, I hope, at least. Man, that City team को यार, that City team is so beatable यार, and we got
I,
beat by them.
I feel what would have been the complexion of the game had you guys scored the second goal.
It would have been very different यार. It would have been very different. I think City would have then tried to be desperate for the to score, and they would have
Yeah.
scored one,
And I
2-1 हो
think
जाता.
उनका डिफेंडर को तो रेड कार्ड मिल जाता जिस तरीके से वो डिफेंड कर रहा था.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. He would have been more nervous. And in fact, I wanted us to pile. I felt bad for him actually. Also, बहुत बुरा भी लग रहा था. He's like a 19-year-old kid from Kazakh, doesn't speak English. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
चलो ठीक है भाई, अपनी तरह ही ब्राउन ब्राउन मुंडा है वो भी भाई. पर ठीक है यार, बुरा तो लग रहा था भाई के लिए कि यार शिट यार, इतना ड्रीम होगा इसका प्रीमियर लीग में खेलना और फॉर लाइक
I but what a, like this was actual baptism of fire, man.
But he's after the 10 minutes, he was like then on top of his game. He won like all other duels. He won duels
Yeah,
against
but
Nicholas
it's
Jackson.
I feel like it's such a momentum thing, right? I mean, I swear to God, अगर वो if Chelsea had kept that pressure on ना,
Hmm.
I think goals थे उस गेम में और but वही है उसके बाद से तो जो dominate किया भाई सिटी it was just like very frustrating to watch.
Very. It was very. It was after that because that
And
at,
who I miss in this midfield?
yeah.
Lavia.
Yeah, man. This was a game actually. I wish Lavia was there instead of Enzo, because Lavia is defensively at least on. You know, he can. If you can't, if you're
Yeah.
not able to be to hold on to possession, at least what Lavia does is he creates a more effective way to defend and also transition easier because he's
Mm-hmm.
more stable defensive in the defensive turnovers
Yeah.
than, and you need to be like that team against City.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to you can kill them on transition because they're not that solidly defensively anymore. But man, दुख हुआ यार वो गेम देख के बहुत ही फ्रस्ट्रेशन आई थी मुझे उस गेम देख के आई वाज लाइक इट्स
मुझे
बैक
पता
टू स्कूल
मुझे मुझे पता भी नहीं कि हम और क्या कर सकते थे। आप मे बी अपना फॉर्मेशन चेंज कर सकते थे, which is but Maresca doesn't do that. Maresca doesn't go back to the back four.
नहीं 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 ही
जैसे
डजंट
उसने उसने वो हटाया, उसको हटाया, मादुएके को हटाया, and he got like
या
a defensive. Was it Neto or was it the other right wing
he
back?
removed okay he got I think Madueke and Neto had started right the game if I'm correct
नहीं नहीं नहीं.
again or was it wait a minute let me just check ही कर लेता हूँ
It was Madueke and on the right it was Reece James, I think.
I think it was भैया अच्छा दिखा दो lineups it was Madueke and Sancho okay Madueke and Sancho had started I think
Oh,
Neto came on
Madueke
as a
and
sub
Sancho.
Madueke
Yeah,
wasn't
Neto came
substitute
on and sub.
Neto
But
came
वो
on as a sub
मार्लो गुस्तो जो था,
हाँ
मार्लो गुस्तो को वो लेके आए थे कुकुरेया की जगह पे या
no no
रीस
Reece
जेम्स की
James
जगह पे.
Reece James के
अच्छा.
बदले आया था
I
ये
feel
देखो
like कि मे बी आप क्या कर सकते थे आप why is this formation 4-2-3-1?
I
Basically
mean
4-2-3-1.
on paper yes it's 4-2-3-1 on paper it is 4-2-3-1 but
Oh.
yeah on paper it is 4-2-3-1 but in the
But it just, I mean, Sancho and Madueke become like wing backs, you know?
yeah, essentially what happens is, yeah, Sancho and Madueke like kind of like wingers. Your Palmer operates in this central space. Enzo pushes up यहाँ से into the half space, into the left half space and right half space पे Palmer होता है. And then usually in this वाले starting formation, I think Kukurea can usually push up as the defensive pivot यहाँ पर, and Sanchez will push up
Okay.
from here. So you have a base man. Levi Colwill is the left centre back, but Chalobah is centre back, and Reece James is the right centre back. But Colwill,
Why the
sometimes,
amount of cards that I'm seeing here? Yellow cards.
yeah, man, we're the worst defensively disciplined team. You know that, right? In the Premier League, Chelsea. Yeah,
I didn't know that. But
yeah,
हाँ.
we have a huge discipline issue. भाई हम रख ही नहीं पाते हम लोग. This is I'll show you the number. I think I was just checking the stat the other day that this बहुत time से चल रहा है this discipline issue. Too many cards. I think it's a sign of भाई ना it's sign of immaturity. Like you panic.
Composure, yeah, losing composure.
This is once again Yash, हमने इसके बारे में कितनी बात की है यार कि composure composure. ये देखो I don't know if you can see this yellow cards at the top of the pile. Chelsea with
Whoa,
67 yellow cards.
fuck.
67, right? 67. That is ridiculous.
In what? In these games, like 20 games में इतने?
Yes. 20 games with Chelsea has 67 yellow cards, right?
और नीचे करो. I want to see where Liverpool is.
Liverpool's, I think, at the bottom, man. Very impressive. 45.
Hmm.
I mean, that's sign of a composed team, Liverpool. Well, maybe not Spurs. Spurs just suck. But, but, look at that, man. That is not a top team. That's not what a top team does. And we have a very tricky game also. We have the return
Brentford.
once again. West Ham at home. Return of Graham Potter to Stamford Bridge.
अबे Oh, by the way, yeah, West Ham under Potter, like there's like some revivalism.
Of course, हो रहा है उनका, हो ही रहा है. I've
But
heard
I
like in
think
the past couple of games.
Chelsea are gonna win very easily.
I mean,
Easy peasy.
I think this is where he took over, right?
He took
Around his
over in that.
Aston Villa, the Aston Villa FA Cup game. I remember that was his first game. One at home against Fulham, which is very impressive because Fulham were playing very well.
नहीं उसके पहले कौन सा गेम है उसके पहले एस्टन विला के पहले कौन सा गेम है दिखाओ
City away.
सिटी
I don't know.
नहीं सिटी तो हारे थे वो लोग हाँ लॉपेज को
Yeah,
ही
he came on in the FA Cup game. I remember,
and they
and I think
won
they played well, but they lost in this FA Cup game. I
yeah
remember that game.
West Ham game they lost although they played really well oh sorry Fulham game
The
oh
Fulham played well.
I'm confusing it so
No, no.
much
Aston Villa Fulham
wait
की Aston Villa West Ham की गेम की बात कर रहे हो ना तुम FA Cup.
I'm so sleepy right now I completely forgot we're talking about Graham Potter
बाप रे. कोई नहीं. I think we'll also just wrap this stream up quickly. मुझे but yeah, we have also
I
a
said
tricky
yeah they
fixture.
won the West Ham game of course he's the West Ham manager
Yeah, so yeah, man. So
I want to see
but
Ayushi, can you pull back that West Ham wo fixture
Omara
list? Uh, so they won against Fulham. Oh
Fulham
wow. Okay.
lost to Aston Villa in the FA Cup.
Aston Villa.
Won against Fulham at home. Lost to Crystal Palace at home. That was pretty poor though. But drew against Aston Villa away, which is usually a tough place to go to, which is very impressive because they had just lost to them. So that is nice. So they're a bit of a kind of upswing. They have
Dude,
some.
do you remember I messaged कि भाई इसने एक गोल मारा पाकुएटा ने पहले 10 मिनट में ही गोल मार दिया था आई थिंक
Uh, was it? I think was it Aston Villa only?
was it Aston Villa I mean can you check
Yeah, I'm just checking only.
नहीं I
Uh,
think it was the
no, this
FA
is
Cup था क्या
FA Cup था शायद. Yes,
हाँ 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 And
Paqueta
then these
scored.
guys made a comeback. Yeah. In the second half,
And-
they were like obliterating West Ham.
Yeah, Andre Onana and Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Morgan was playing well. He scored a hat trick, I think, apparently in the Champions League, right? Also, Morgan Rogers.
And took away your celebration, man.
Feeling cold, cold. Oh man, what do you? It's a very and what do just to last quickly check. What does Arsenal have this weekend? Let me.
City, Arsenal versus City
That's it.
at
What do
Emirates.
do we dare bother with United? Do we dare? Do we dare find out what United? But United may be once again. There is a sign of that they may have be recovering. यार पता नहीं. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है क्योंकि they
भाई
did
वो hmm.
फुलम से
They
जीत गए
talk
भाई. फुलम अवे जीत गए. That's a tough game to play once again win. फुलम अवे जीत गए वो.
absolutely. I
And
didn't watch the game, so I don't remember क्या था, but I जितना देखा उसमें तो यही है कि they defended well, I guess.
they did. I saw the game. I was seeing the game. मैं देख रहा था, and they defended well. Goal बहुत ही opportunistic था. They didn't create much, but credit is due भाई. जीत उनको तो point चाहिए भाई for the bottom 10
Was
में.
it away? Was it
Away,
away?
it was away. It was away. It
So
was away.
their away form is good, but their home form is crap.
Yes, so they have Crystal Palace at home, and they have not had a great record against Crystal Palace in the recent times, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
No, I think they might lose this game also. For all
Yeah,
I
they
know,
might lose this game. Yeah.
they might lose this game, yeah, because Crystal Palace
Oh,
can
na
show.
na na. Oh,
Oh,
na na na.
we jinxed him, bhai. We jinxed Onana, and since then his form has dropped so much. His form has dropped so much, bhai. Onana ka
He's
bechara.
also a confidence player, पता है?
Yeah, he
Why
is.
when he's making saves, he's making great saves. But when जब वो हगना शुरू करता है, then भाई वो बिल्कुल रुकता ही नहीं है.
Yeah, वो तो फिर तो नहीं रुकता है. And but this weekend will be. I want to see whether people will learn humility. I'm very interested in that sort of matchup. Forest Brighton, Bournemouth,
Man,
Liverpool, Leicester, Southampton, Newcastle have Fulham. That might be a tasty fixture. Newcastle, Fulham. That thing I expect goals in that game.
Fulham, Fulham is kind of like, I mean,
In the
not
down low, on the down low right now. Yeah.
effervescent, yeah, as they were before.
Newcastle are on the up and up, yeah. Newcastle too are on the up
Yeah,
and up. So the
definitely.
thing I expect them to win actually. Uh,
Newcastle ko it will take some like stopping.
yeah. Do you think? Oh man, do you think Spurs lose to Brentford away and then
Easy.
Posty gets sacked?
Posti won't get sad because he still has a chance at the trophy. I think they won't make the same mistake as they did before with Mourinho, कि उसको फाइनल के पहले ही सैक कर दिया.
You know what the narrative about that is? Yash, मैंने recently apparently मैंने पता चलता है कोई लोग बोलते हैं कि apparently why this Daniel Levi, whatever his name is, Spurs owner,
हम्म.
chairman, why he sacked Mourinho was because he's I mean this is conspiracy theory. I probably maybe just a conjecture of someone कि क्योंकि अगर मरीनियो फाइनल खेलता और वो मोस्ट प्रोबब्ली जीत सकता था गिवन इट्स मरीनियो ही लव्स फाइनल्स राइट हार्डली लूजेस देम एंड अगर वो जीतता तो वो डिमांड करता
तो
कि नहीं तो
फैंस
मुझे प्लेयर
फैंस उसके पीछे हो जाते. हाँ.
फैंस उसके पीछे हो जाते फिर वो डिमांड करता मुझे प्लेयर दो और डैन लीविस को प्लेयर खरीद के देना नहीं चाहता था बिकॉज ही इज अपेरेंटली वो स्टिंजी बंदा है वो उसको बहुत ही
भाई
कोई
बट
बहुत and
बट अब
hence hire Mourinho. That is the theory, man. Apparently,
could be,
it
yeah,
could
could
be
be
actually. If you
possible,
think
yeah.
about it, why not? To preserve one's own to yourself, people can do anything sometimes, right? And if it
Yeah.
means for the sake of your self-preservation, you will sacrifice the future of a club and the fans' ambitions. Maybe that can
And
happen.
a trophy. This club hasn't won a trophy in so long.
A trophy and a freaking trophy, Spurs fans, which they haven't won. I don't know in how long. Yeah.
Why would are these guys back? Yeah, Mickey Vanden Ven or wo
No, Miguel Andevez is out for
Cuti
a long time.
Romero?
Romero is in and out, if I'm correct, but Mickey Van de Ven is out for a long time, I think.
That game is also coming up in the next week. This return fixture,
अपना कौन सा
Tottenham
वाला?
versus Liverpool, Liverpool versus Tottenham.
Oh, the second leg of Car Cup is there midweek. That'll be an interesting
Yeah.
thing to catch up on. Also, I think that'll be interesting. What do you expect? I think Liverpool to go through the final for me. I'd say.
I don't know, man, because it's a cup semi-final and anything can happen.
Yeah, unless like might goes for like not go for his usual
Yeah,
might
mate,
stuff.
mate. Watch some footy on the telly.
No, I don't know what to say.
Open some beers and watch some footy on the telly, mate.
Man, but I think it was
That is such a bad impression of
very bad impression, man. We need to get our
an
Postecoglou right,
Australian
yeah.
accent.
Sean Dyche I can get anytime right, but
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche I can get anytime right. Why I don't
I,
know
I
of how
sent
I
you that I sent you that Burnley whatever that
that
um,
that was that legend. Is
that
this
team on.
actually happening to Burnley? Let me
Yeah,
look. Wait, can I just
it's
on
this
a parting
season.
note?
I
I'll
think
just
it's
do this.
this season.
Is this season? Can I just on a
It's
parting note
this
just show
season.
that? That's the last thing I'll show.
And
That's a great way
and
to
it, and
end.
it looked like Sean Dyche's skid mark
I just
that
want to
he's
see it.
left on this giant toilet that Burnley is.
Oh my goodness. I seriously want to. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to share this. because this is beautiful to see. this, is, this is so beautiful to see.
You can't say this after I just called this thing Sean Dyche's skid mark.
Okay, here you go. You have a 0-0 against Middlesbrough, 0-0 at Stoke at home, 1-0 win against Blackburn away. Okay, this is an odd anomaly in FA Cup. Let's forget FA Cup. But in Championship, 0-0, 0-0, 1-0, 0-0, 5-0. अच्छा 5-0 5 goals में मार दिए बीच में लेकिन back to 0-0 back to type as soon as फिर
Do
पांच
you have
अगले
like a
5 गेम के लिए कॉम्पनसेट कर दिया है एक गेम
do
में
you have
मार
like a larger list क्या? हमारे पास बाकी पूरे गेम्स के हैं कि पूरे सीजन का वो भी देखते हैं मजा आएगा.
मैं इसको दिखाता हूँ रुको तुम्हें I just show you. Oh my goodness.
On Dyche.
Ah, I, I don't know.
Sound like
Yeah,
Batman.
we can be. So the previous. This is only this season. Okay, this is November के fixtures going
Against
into this.
Millwall. अच्छा.
Nil against
Millwall.
But they have a lot of nil score lines, man. West Brom, Burnley, Derby at home.
I
I
think
mean,
this
it's a,
was the screenshot. This was the screenshot, I think.
yeah, this one.
Can you pull out that meme that I sent you?
Let me. Burnley, score line 0-0. That's the way to search for these things these days. I think what was that? Where was that image? Where did you get it from,
नहीं
Yash?
मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा वो फेसबुक पे था.
फेसबुक पे था
Unfortunately.
फेसबुक पे बताना कहाँ पर है
मुझे अब उसमें से जाना पड़ेगा. Like I would have to end the call. But anyway,
बता
maybe
दो
next
नेक्स्ट
उस पे
टाइम
करेंगे.
what a thing यार
On Dyche.
we're going for the Premier League I didn't even know Bye. Oh boy chalo it's thanks everyone for who tuned in please whoever came जो भी आता है please like छोड़ के जाओ और प्यार छोड़ के जाओ and stay tuned in for more brown people talk football and more video format content भी करते रहेंगे stay chill and remember who will be humble on Sunday
Stay
so
humble,
stay
huh?
humble, eh? Stay
Stay
humble.
humble.
Stay humble. See you, brother. Take care.
Right.
Good night.